And one of the things we're doing with Permito Capital, a joint venture of ourselves and some ex-folks from Credit Suisse First Boston, is actually taking blue chip stocks and pulling them apart into their dividend component and everything else, and trading those separately both on the Chia blockchain and the New York Stock Exchange. The efficiencies here are really extreme. A couple things come to mind. For investors, you can buy 0.001 of a share. This has been a problem. I mean, you can do this in a sense at Robinhood because they will in the background make it work for you, but you didn't actually own that. And some of us have remembered 2008 and remember it was not a nice time to necessarily have to trust your broker or your clearing agency. But the other piece is in administering this product, it's going to be really difficult on DTCC. When an underlying company issues a reverse stock split or a spin out, being able to not decimalize becomes a tremendous pain in the derriere when you're actually trying to go and run one of these sorts of funds. And in fact, without the blockchain, we probably never would have done this sort of project in the first place. And my favorite version of this is tax. We're going to have to actually issue K1s to people who invest in these so they can get their accredited investor dividend treatment. We have to pay about $300,000-$400,000 to someone who goes and searches down everybody's social security number and name in the brokerage firms in the US. On the blockchain, we write it once and you come in, signify that you've got your correct wallet or vault, and all of a sudden we generate your K1 in real time for basically free. So, that is just a sense of what the opportunities are here. Now, I want to be clear, I'm talking about real securities. So there is no distinction in my mind. It's not, is Bitcoin a security? It's certainly not. But is a Microsoft dividend certificate issued by a Delaware trust a security? Absolutely. And it's going to be registered on Form S1. So I think that there are important points here that we can hope to choose regulations that would somehow box these things in, but liquidity and access are always hiding here. And so the reason that public blockchains are very powerful, even with their limitations of slightly slower transaction times, is not because, I'll say it this way, is an opportunity to have a 24/7, 365 market only mitigated by the size of the Pacific Ocean. So you're talking about a totally different liquidity profile for every asset out there. Today we only trade national market stocks during the day East Coast time. That is going to end pretty quickly as you start to see real assets that are tradable 24/7, 365. And I think there are opportunities there that people miss. The ability for you to rehypothecate, to be able to, dedicate that capital in a different direction because you realize at 3 a.m. that something is amiss. So I think it is both, and I think you cannot ignore how much more capable the